the paleo lifestyle. Okay, we don't call it a diet, because a diet would imply that there's going to be some type of end. It's a lifestyle, it's something that you want to continue on. Okay, once you start doing it, I'll be very honest, it's easy when you start seeing the results and how things change and how you feel. Because you get to eat more food and you're losing weight. And it's like super counterintuitive. So what we'll talk about first is we're going to talk about how the standard American diet, or the SAD diet, has kind of evolved from the 70s to now, and why we've put ourselves in this very precarious position where we spend more money on healthcare, yet we're a very unhealthy country. So let's go back to when urban industry started developing a lot, lots of people were crammed into lots of cities, and you needed to bring up lots of food to these people for a cheap cost. We'll go basically to fast forward to the 70s. Richard Nixon had a campaign that he was starting to do for his presidential candidacy, and he didn't want food to be an issue. So what they decided to do is he hired this gentleman who said, your job is to take food out of the political landscape. Do that somehow. So the guy started looking at everything, and he sees that the cost of food continues to go up. And he came up with this idea that you will take corn and make the sugar that's in all the food come from corn as opposed to cane and beets. Okay? So if we look at this guy here, okay, we're talking from 1970, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 2000, 2005. We have total added sugars, which is this magenta color. We have refined cane sugar and beet sugar, which is orange. We have green, which is all corn sweeteners. And then we have blue, which is high fructose corn syrup. And this is in teaspoons, okay? And this is consumption. So, you can see that the cane and beet sugar have taken a dramatic drop-off for people since the 1970s. And then you can see that corn sugars are still higher than high fructose corn syrup, but high fructose corn syrup and corn sugar have basically risen on an even playing field the entire time. And our total sugar consumption has gone up the entire time. Per day? Is it per day? I believe that's per day. This is from the USDA Economic Research Service in 2006. And I would assume that this number over the past 6 years has gone up since then. Okay? So what we're seeing is that this sugar has gone up and gone up. But what's happened is food costs, specifically related to sugary foods, have basically stabilized. And what they do is they control the cost of sugar through the corn industry. Farmers actually sell corn. It's average daily added. Farmers sell corn to distributors for less than that it costs them to make it. So they're losing money on it. But the reason why they can do that and survive is because the government subsidizes it. So the only reason this works is because the government pays to keep the cost of sugar low. So think about that for a second. The people who are supposed to look out for your best interest, the government, are slowly killing us by making sugar costs low so that we can continue to eat all of those foods.
Also,
okay.
At the end of the last 7 years, now this is 2005, it's a little bit dated.
Right.
I'm sure that we can see that the rise of sugar would have rose and cane would drop even further to barely even using it.
There's nothing that's going to change this. It's going to continue to go that way. Because beet and cane sugar are going to become too expensive. The only time you'll find beet and cane sugar in something is going to be in a health food. Okay? So
I'm wondering what the link is with heart disease, diabetes, and obesity, and those are rising, and so does the sugar. So there is going to be a positive correlation between them.
also, with the way that the standard American diet works, it's very minimal in terms of nutrition. Okay? There's lots of calories, but there's not lots of nutrition. So the difference between those are the nutrients that are found within them. So we're talking like vitamin C, vitamin E, calcium, magnesium, potassium, zinc, fiber. Okay? All of these things that you hear about, omega-3s, all of these things that are touted as health foods, and you're seeing them in everything. Omega-3 water, omega-3 orange juice, omega-3 bread, omega-3 eggs, omega-3 fruit snacks. Okay? It's in everything now because they say it's good. So if they think it's good, they're going to put it in everything. I mean, Coke came out with vitamin Coke, or whatever, Pepsi Plus, or whatever it is, okay? And they put vitamins in this stuff that isn't good to make you Real simple. Vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, meat, fish, eggs, water. That's paleo. See you later. Talk soon. Okay? It's very simple. If you want to get healthier and you want to just lose weight, eat meat and vegetables. You'll be fine. But it's hard to do. It's not easy. Okay? Giving away the information is very easy to do. It's staying with it and understanding why you're doing it. The paleo diet, the way that we implement it is to do two things. Control inflammation and control blood sugar. Okay? Inflammation. There are a multitude of blood tests that medical doctors give out to assess inflammation. C-reactive protein, all of the cytokines, leukotrienes, inflammatory arthrotides, all of these things are assessing inflammation within the body because they know that inflammation is important and minimizing inflammation is very important. How many people have ibuprofen, Advil, aspirin, acetaminophen, or something like that in their cabinets at home? Those are all anti-inflammatories. Okay? Anti-inflammatories take away your pain. What if you could take away your pain with how you ate? That'd be awesome. Save money. Don't feel bad. Move better. Move easier. How about this? Less sore after a workout. That'd be nice. Okay? You can do that with your food. Hippocrates. Food is medicine. It's the truth. Okay? Thomas Edison, the doctor of the future, will not just give out medications to their patients. They will educate them on nutrition and exercise and all of those things. Okay? That is happening now. That's what we try to do. So, when we talk about what we recommend as paleo, okay, people think I get to eat bacon all day long, and I eat a pound of bacon, or 2 pounds of bacon, and I eat tons of meat and all this stuff. Really, people will take what we tell them, and they will do their version of it. And then they hear another diet, and they'll do their version of that. And they hear another diet, and they do their version of that. Until they get to the point where they're doing a combination of 4 diets, and it's really them just eating what they were eating before. They just need a way to justify the way they're doing it. Okay? And they'll say it doesn't work for me. So, if you're going to do the paleo lifestyle, you want to commit all the way. It doesn't mean you have to, but you want to commit all the way. So, say for you, really cannellini beans, navy beans, black beans, edamame, any variation of those products. Garbanzo beans. Okay? Then we have dairy. No cheese. No yogurt. No milk.
People think eggs are dairy, they're not. Eggs come from chickens. I know it sounds stupid.
Just because they're in the dairy section doesn't mean they're dairy. They also store pepperoni in dairy, and they store like snack packs. And pie crusts. Okay?
Yes.
So, just because they're in the dairy section doesn't mean it's dairy. Eggs are not dairy. Eggs are good. Lastly, the hardest one. No grains. Well, what are grains? Corn. It's not a vegetable, it's a grain. So no corn, number 1. Number 2, no wheat. No oats. barley, no rye, no quinoa, no millet. Okay? Anything you can think of. Rice. So what does that mean? No bread. No pasta. Okay? Well, how can I live without bread and pasta? I need my carbs. I have to have carbs to live. You're told all day long you need carbs. What do? You wake up in the morning and you need a big carbohydrate breakfast. Vegetables and fruits are full of carbohydrates and plenty of phytonutrients. Okay?
I'm sure you're not waking up and training like Lance Armstrong.
You don't wake up in the morning and your body says, 6 o'clock. Time for pancakes. Time for waffles. Time for fill in the blank with your high sugary, diabetic-inducing foods.
And what do we do? We put butter on it, which is fat, and we eat carbohydrates together. That's not the enemy in the absence of carbohydrates. When you have a lot of carbohydrates, that's a recipe for disaster. So,
people make millions of dollars off of manipulating your thoughts. Okay? Marketing. 5-hour energy. Don't want that what feeling? 2:30? Don't want that 2:30 feeling, right? Why do you get that 2:30 feeling? Well, let's take you through a standard American breakfast. Wake up in the morning, you need to have your coffee, you need to have your oatmeal, you need to have your cereal, you need to have your pancakes, whatever it is. Maybe go to Tim Hortons, you get your double-double, you get a bagel with cream cheese, but it's light cream cheese because you want to watch your figure, okay? And then 2 hours later, 3 hours later, you're at work, reload that coffee, okay, maybe you have an apple. 3 hours later, lunchtime, 12 o'clock, what do you have? I have a sandwich, I have a whole grain bread, I have lettuce and tomato because I want to be healthy. I don't do any mayonnaise because it has fat in it, so I use mustard, but it's honey mustard, so it has more sugar. I have this deli meat with its glaze on the outside, it's more sugar. And then I have a bag of Doritos, but it's the 100-calorie bag, so it's okay. I have my Diet Coke, and then I have some grapes. Okay? Well, you had all this carb fest, and then at 2:30, right? You hit that wall. Man, this day sucks. And you want to get to 5 o'clock. What do you need? Reload. Coffee. Energy drink. 5-hour energy. It's not because of the day. It's because of how you eat. You go home for dinner, after you get that reload, what do you have? You have a nice piece of meat. You have a little vegetable. Typically it's corn or peas or carrots. Something with lots of sugar. Okay? And then you have to have your starch. So you have to starch your potato. Now, you know what? You ate so good today. You have your little Wow Cow. You have your little Snack Shack. Whatever that sugar is. What do you eat all day? You ate sugar, 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 sugar. And you're like, I can't lose weight. No shit. You can't lose weight.
How's your diet? I love this. Pretty good. Every time. What would you have? And they start reeling off. You're like,
that sets you up to fail. Period. Okay?
And you were trying. It wasn't like you were coming out of your gate saying, oh, I want to be unhealthy. I want to eat garbage all day. You actually were making a conscious effort to try to be better.
You are unfortunately misinformed. Okay? It's like when you're a kid and you think something's a certain way, and then you find out it isn't. And you're just let down. Okay? You're misinformed. And that's okay. But you're here to learn. And you're here to overcome that. So, what if you didn't have any of those crashes? What if you didn't have that cloudiness? What if you woke up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, I'm not sore, I can move around. Oh my God, this is so weird. I don't feel bad. I have energy. Maybe you wake up before your alarm clock goes off and it's like, I'm ready to go. That'd be a great way to live.
Where you're a little less agitated throughout the day. You're like, you know what, I can tackle this situation. I feel like I can handle it. It's a lot, your mood will be different.
If you eliminate the foods that we tell you to, and you eat the way we tell you to, I promise you that stuff will happen. Okay? It does happen. I get no money out of that. There's no marketing that. I don't have a secret investment in pistachios and almonds and whatever, avocados, okay? It's the truth. I get no benefit from lying to you. There's no benefit for me lying to you. And I'm not going to tell you to do something that we don't do ourselves. Okay? So, real simple. No alcohol, no refined sugar, no legumes, no dairy, no greens. Boom. Done. It's that easy. Okay?
We wouldn't be hearing about all these food allergies. All those items, highest allergy-producing items that you can have. So we can eliminate all of those extra problems.
This paleo diet comes from the Paleolithic era, the caveman, which brings us to our first little diagram. We have this beautiful little pyramid, okay? It's the prehistoric food pyramid.
What they didn't want you
bottom of the pyramid, the majority of the pyramid is from grass-fed meats, wild game and fat, and sometimes seafood, depending on what they can catch. Okay, that's the majority. There was no grain-fed cows. Okay, there was no large factories of cows getting pumped full of ground up corn, liquid antibiotics, liquid steroids, and then ground up other cows. That wasn't happening. And then that makes this food that we eat garbage. Okay, it keeps it cheap.
You might think, well, how did they exercise now? Well, they were exercising, running from the animals and killing the animals. So not only were they eating healthier meat, they were doing work to get.
We were nomadic by nature. That means we don't stay in one spot. But now we've become very sedentary. We work at a computer, doing this. So now we went from that caveman thing where we're now walking, and now we're going back this way, just get it this way. Okay?
So you're going to roll us.
So, bottom of the pyramid, grass-fed meats, wild game, fat, sometimes seafood. Inuits, blubber, okay? It's super high in fat. They have very low risk of cardiovascular. If it doesn't spoil, don't buy it. It's not food.
You should look at it like alcohol, drinking all this alcohol. Oh my God, what are they doing to their liver? You're like, oh my God, why is that person eating all these Twinkies? What are they doing to their body?
Someone said it perfect the other day. One of our employees works at a doctor's office, and she was eating a salad, and everyone else was eating pizza and wings. And they came up to her and they said, "Are you on a diet or do you always eat like that?" Now, if she would have reversed roles and said to the person who's eating wings, "Are you on a diet or do you eat like that?" that would be offensive. Right?
I think she said that.
How rude is that? But if you choose to eat healthy, it's wrong and it's abnormal, and why are you doing that? Why do you torture yourself? Okay? So, things to think about. Then at the top we have nuts and seeds, fruits and berries when in season. Okay? This is what prehistoric was. You guys are familiar with the food pyramid, 4 food groups, the evolution of that, okay? And now we have the food plate. This is the USDA food plate. This is what we're supposed to eat according to the government. This is healthy. This is ideal. We have one food group making up 33%. This one.
What do you think it is?
Any ideas? Rhymes with grains? Yeah, grains. Okay. 33% of your diet should be grains. That's a lot.
It's a lot of bread.
It used to be 6 to 11 servings, so they just translated it into a pie chart percentage.
Clever.
Okay? And the next 33%, which is, this is okay. We got purple and red, 33%. That is vegetables and fruits combined. Okay?
So
Then we
definitely
have,
more bread than veggies, right?
oh yeah, yeah, definitely more bread than veggies. You absolutely should be eating more bread than veggies. You need your carbs.
Bagel waffles, a little bit of strawberries. Good stuff. Perfect.
15, well, you gotta make sure they're a multigrain bagel one.
Oh, yeah.
With light syrup. With light syrup.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't put butter on it because the fat will kill you. 15% of your diet comes from this nice little circle here. Dairy products. You have to have dairy. Wait, let's back this up. Babies are fed breast milk, and then they stop having breast milk. I don't know that every person was born that had a cow next to them that they needed to give them dairy. Okay? We're the only animal in the world that consumes the dairy of another animal.
Like we think
Would you go to the store and buy breast milk to eat for
That's
yourself?
disgusting,
To
right?
put it on your cereal? No, that's nasty.
You'll drink
But that's hooked up to these electronic things that shock and give it mastitis. Guess what? Milk has pus in it.
All milk.
Pus.
Delicious.
It's delicious. So think about it like this. Think about it like this. You got a nice oozing scab on your body from an injury. Pus everywhere. Just put a little in your cereal and add the milk to it. It's delicious. Okay? So, 15% of your diet should be dairy. Now we get to 12%. Okay? I know that these aren't to scale, but this is how they made it. I'm just copying their thing. Their numbers are a little off. 12%, all protein sources. That includes all meats. That includes eggs and beans. Okay. So 33 plus 33 is 66, plus 15 is 81, and then we're at 93. 7%, not included in the pie. Oh, this 7% is supposed to be high-fat, sugary foods and drinks.
There's a category for that?
Milkshakes.
Perfect.
Fits right there, 7% of your diet. Make sure you get it.
Pepsi.
Okay? Pepsi. High-fat, sugary drinks. You're supposed to have 7%. Are you getting your 7%? Well, chicken wings that are dipped in barbecue sauce and blue cheese.
Oh, perfect.
Okay?
Great.
Now,
Make sure
here is what we want you to do. This is our paleo plate.
Oh.
Okay? We got a lot of red here. Fruits. Vegetables. 50%. Half of what you eat should be vegetable.
I have 50% of my calories are vegetables. Not pork.
Not corn. Not corn vegetables. Corn is not a vegetable. Despite what the Corn Refiners Association might like you to think, it is not fine in moderation. It is not the same as sugar. Okay? 50%. This is throughout the day. Doesn't have to be every meal, but throughout the day. 20% protein, not including meat. Grass-fed meat, grass-fed eggs, chickens, wild-caught fish, things like that. The reason why we say grass-fed and wild-caught is because you want these foods that are eating their natural food, so they have a healthier fatty acid composition. We've all heard of omega-3s. They're anti-inflammatory. The more omega-3s you have in your diet, the less pain you have, the less achiness, the less inflammation you have. Okay? The better you do with that, the better it is for you. Does it cost more? Damn straight it costs more. Everything good costs more. Okay? Everything good costs more. If you drove a Ferrari, would you not change the oil, rotate the tires, and put in good gas? Okay. Your body, prototype Ferrari. There's only one. Only one.
People go out to the store, they'll buy a new top, they'll spend 30, maybe 40, maybe 50 bucks on it, but they're like, whoa, that meat, 10.99 a pound? I'm like, seriously guys, like, it's your body. Like,
You only get one. There's no trade-ins. You can't upgrade to a new model. Okay? There's no spare parts. Unless you have like a conjoined twin that you have hiding in your house somewhere that's just there for parts.
that wouldn't be legal.
Okay? That would not be legal. Nor ethical. So, 50% veggies, 20% protein. So there goes the idea that I eat 3 pounds of bacon in a day. Okay? Now we got these 2 little circles here. Fruits, nuts, and seeds, 15% each. Okay? No grains. No dairy. Okay? No category for fatty, sugary drinks, beverages, and foods. Okay? No French fries and ketchup.
And just because you're not eating grains doesn't mean you're not eating carbohydrates. People keep saying, oh, you do that low carb, Atkins, paleo. It's not the same
It's
thing.
not Atkins.
You're still eating carbohydrates. Fruits and vegetables, they have sugars in them.
Atkins had a great idea, just with improper implementation. It goes back to people take from it what they want, and they do their way. I knew a gentleman that when I worked at the pizzeria, he would eat bacon with melted cheese and hot sauce. Mild hot sauce, which means there's lots of added butter. It's not really butter, it's fake butter. Okay? And that made him lose weight. But is that healthy? No, it's not
I mean,
healthy.
scientifically,
Okay.
Atkins was spot on.
It works.
If you do the biochemistry, he was right. It's just, like he said, how it was implemented.
Now, we talked about decreasing inflammation. We didn't talk about the nutrients yet. We're going to talk about sugar and keeping blood sugar low and why it's important. There's some recent research that's come out that talks about what keeps someone living longer. And this goes through all animals and all beings. Okay? Best thing they can find is that the lower you keep your insulin, the less insulin your body releases, the longer you live. So how do you keep insulin from spiking? Decreasing sugar. Sugar causes insulin to spike. Okay?
For those of you who don't know what insulin is, it's basically the ticket that allows sugar to get into the cell. So when we eat a lot of high sugaring items, insulin rises so that we can uptake it into the cell. It's the ticket to get it.
And this perfectly ties into fructose is a poison. Okay? It is. There's the video that we have up on our website. It's 90 minutes long. I'm going to condense it into a couple of minutes. It's from Carl. He didn't make it, but he showed it to us. It's fantastic. It's very simple. Okay? We all agree alcohol's poison. Okay?
You might like it. It's okay.
It's okay if you like it.
It's a poison.
It's a
You like
poison.
it. It's okay.
Alcohol does 12 different things to your body. Okay? In terms of bad, negative things.
And it happens right away after you consume.
It happens right
Across
away.
the blood-brain barrier. So,
Fructose does 8 out of those 12 things. 8.
it's
It does
metabolized.
75% of the same things alcohol does to your body. The difference, it doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier, so you don't feel it. So you don't have that feeling.
So it's-
You would never give a kid a rum and coke. You give them a coke all day long.
When you say fructose, you mean like fructose like occurs in an apple?
No, we'll talk
Well,
about fruit.
it is the same. It is
It's
the
the
same
same
sugar,
fructose,
but
we'll talk about.
nature makes it with the antidotes where it has the fiber in it, and it's allowing your body to overcome that. It's not creating the same process as if when you take a high fructose corn syrup into your body. But they still do use the same pathway chemically.
Fructose has no rate limiting step in terms of creating satiety. You never get told you're full when you consume fructose by itself.
It's also sweeter than sugar. So,
Take sucrose or glucose. Okay. So when we're talking about that, what we're looking at and we're seeing is that as these numbers have continued to rise, health in the United States is going down, 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 down. Okay. Nixon tells them, make food cheaper. Okay, let's add corn to it. We'll add corn sugar. And then high fructose corn syrup becomes available, and we start using that because it's even cheaper. And then at the same time, in the early 80s, right after all this stuff starts happening, 1982, the government comes out and says, high-fat diets are bad. Fat is bad. You need to decrease fat. A high-fat diet in the presence of a high carbohydrate together, high-fat, high carbs together, is bad.
think donut.
Absolutely.
Bad. Like
Okay.
that's the perfect item to think of. A donut. It's high fat, high carb.
A high carb, high processed sugar, low fat diet, bad. Okay? High fat diet or higher fat diet, I'm not saying 50% fat, but a higher fat diet, low carbs, low processed sugars, that's healthy. That will work. That will be beneficial to you. Okay? We all saw the advent of snack wells. Low fat, high sugar. So it tastes good. You have to make it taste good. If you want something that tastes good, they either put fat in it, they put sugar in it, or they put both in it.
And the
Okay.
problem with it too is that you're never satiated because it's sweet, but it never says I'm full. That makes you feel like you're full. It gives you that sense of okay, I can stop eating. It sends messages. The sugar, you're like, oh man, I could dominate a whole box of snack bar right now.
So what we're seeing is that for the past 30 years, everybody's been misinformed. And for 30 years, everyone's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
So we're avoiding fat, we're eating sugar, and we're getting bigger. But we're still afraid of fat, no matter what. Any person I tell in here to eat a higher fat diet, you look at me with 3 heads like, fat is bad. We're programmed to think that it is not good for you.
It's the same thing with cholesterol. I can't eat that because it's going to increase my cholesterol. Guess what increases your cholesterol? Sugar. Sugar creates all of that higher lipid profile in a negative manner. Okay? So
Sugar promotes cancer, any disease.
cancer cells can't grow without sugar. They need it.
how does bacteria grow when you have a cold? Sugar. So it really is not good.
It's bad. I can't express it enough. That is bad. Okay? It really is very bad. It's exactly the same as alcohol. Exactly the same. So when you think about this, and you go to give your kid that sugary treat, stop, and just give them a Bud Light instead. It's the same thing. It really is. It's that scary. The difference is this. You give them that one sugary treat, nothing happens. They're full of it. Okay? It is a chronic abuse that creates the issue. It doesn't happen after 1, it doesn't happen after 10, it doesn't happen after 100. It happens after 1,000. That's why 2 and 3-year-olds have fatty streaks in their blood vessels at 2 and 3. They're already starting atherosclerotic plaquing at 2 and 3 years old. You don't have a 6-month-old baby who's obese because of genetics.
Just guess what's in the formula? Corn syrup solids.
It's the #1 ingredient in formula. Corn syrup solids. Babies don't come out of the womb and say corn syrup solids, please.
Like I get breastfeeding's hard for women, but they'll say, oh, don't breastfeed, just give them the formula. They'll sleep through the night. It's so much easier. It's like.
And then you have other things, ADHD, all sorts of other issues and things of that nature. Okay? So, the next thing that we're going to move on to, and we're going to talk about,
One more thing about that is that also the sugar, you're slowly killing yourself and you don't know it. At least if somebody ODs on alcohol, they get sick, they vomit, and they're done. Sugar, you're doing it and you don't even know you're doing it. So it's just something to think about.
and all of these companies, they're in the business of making as much money as possible. Okay? Not protecting you, or making you healthy, or helping you. It's make as much money as possible. That's it.
If a couple
Period.
people die, it's not really a big deal to them.
Okay? Perfect example, not to pick on Paul. Gatorade. Okay?
It's okay.
It's okay, Paul. Original Gatorade tasted like crap.
Really gross.
Okay? And then it was purchased by Coca-Cola. And then Coca-Cola decided, well, how are we going to market this to the masses? And how are we going to sell a lot of this? And they added more sugar, fructose corn syrup, make it taste better. Now there's G2, low calorie. Well, what makes it taste sweet? Fake sugar. Guess what? Fake sugar is a diuretic. So you're drinking something to hydrate you, but it's actually dehydrating you because it's got a diuretic.
And athletes aren't drinking it. Who's drinking it? Little kids while they eat their McDonald's. I mean, that's the reality of it.
It's sad but true. Okay? We're completely misinformed. So, talked about sugar, we talked about the pyramids and the plates. Now we're going to talk about average contemporary hunter-gatherer nutrient intake. Jen's going to lead us through this.
So, vitamin C, we're just talking about all the nutrients, what the average person who intakes a Paleolithic diet completed the way that is described, and then the RDA, and then what the United States actually intakes. So, if we look at vitamin C, a normal daily intake will have 604 milligrams if you're consuming a Paleolithic diet. So, you know, you're not eating fruits or vegetables or meat, eggs, fish, and water. RDA, recommended daily allowance. This is just to prevent disease. So this is the amount of vitamin C we need every day to prevent something called scurvy. Okay, that's a symptom that you will have if you don't have enough vitamin C. It's 60. So we're well over that, right? We look at the U.S. intake. They take in 77 to 109. It doesn't say for optimal health. It just says to prevent disease. So we're just barely preventing disease eating the way the standard American diet. We look at vitamin E. We're at 33 milligrams. So it's seeming that you wouldn't really need to supplement with C, right, if you're eating paleo, because you're well above the RDA. We look at this 33. Recommended daily allowance of 8 to 10 milligrams. Average person gets 7 to 10. So you might have enough vitamin E, you might not. So that one's kind of borderline, but definitely if you're eating paleo, you're getting that. Calcium. Everyone's always worried about calcium, but look, you'll have 1,956 milligrams a day if you're eating paleo. Oh wait, you're not consuming dairy. I wonder how you're getting your calcium. Probably from your vegetables, your fruits, all those natural items. RDA is 800 to 1,200 milligrams to prevent disease. Average person's getting 750. So they definitely are eating the supplement, but they're consuming dairy and they're still not getting enough. So that might tell you something that we probably aren't absorbing the calcium that is in the dairy. Magnesium, 700 milligrams for eating paleo. RDA, 350. What we're actually getting, 250. So we're definitely not having even enough to prevent diseases in terms of magnesium. We have a lot of sleep issues in this country. Magnesium helps the body rest. It's a very, very important nutrient for all cellular reactions in the body. So it would behoove us to be getting more. Just by going paleo, you'll have more magnesium. Potassium, oh, we get tons. 10,500 milligrams. RDA, 3,500. We're less than that in the standard American diet, 2,500. Zinc, 43 milligrams for paleo. 12 to 15 for the RDA, just to prevent disease. 5 to 14 might be what we're getting. So we're definitely, obviously the trend is going down, and we're not getting enough in our normal diet even to prevent disease. No wonder we are so sick. Fiber, 50 to 104 grams a day. RDA is 25 to 35, we actually get 10. So look, you're not having any fortified bread, you're not having any whole grains, but wait, you have way more fiber than even the RDA or the standard American diet. So it's just kind of maps it out for you to show that just by eating this way and eating healthier and getting better qualities of food, you're getting the nutrients that you need to not only prevent disease, but to be healthy, which makes a huge difference in how the person, no wonder the person who's eating paleo feels like a go-getter and ready to get up and get on with their day. They're a lot more vital. They have the nutrients that they need for their body to operate optimally. So,
And like Jen said, like this one's huge on its own, fiber. Okay? They talk about 33% of your diet coming from this, and that'll only give you 25 to 35 grams of fiber.
but we're not even talking about soluble fiber. Everybody always says, well, fiber lowers your cholesterol. Only if it's a soluble fiber. Most of those fibers are cellulose, which is the cell wall of a plant, and you're eating it and literally spitting it out. Yes, it's going to help, your colon health and things like that, but it's not doing anything for your cholesterol.
Last week, the bread that we brought in that looked healthy, it said on it, healthy, okay? It had cellulose fiber added to it to give it its fiber. It wasn't healthier. So it's taking the part of a plant you can't eat, and it's putting it into a bread. It's not helping you, it's fake, okay? Zinc and magnesium are probably more important than any of the other nutrients on here outside of fiber. I'm not going to consider that a nutrient, it's almost like a food in itself. The zinc and the magnesium are extremely essential for a multitude of bodily functions. Like Jen said, magnesium, every cellular process. And remember this is extremely important. RDA, recommended daily allowance, like Jen said, is just to prevent disease. If you don't get 8 hours of sleep, you need more nutrients. If you exercise, you need more nutrients. If you have stress, you need more nutrients. If you are exposed to toxins or chemicals at any point in time, you need more nutrients. What do I mean by toxins and chemicals? Do you put deodorant on that has aluminum in it? Do you wear hair products that have fake stuff in it? Chemicals?
Hairspray?
Do you wear perfume? Do you wear nail polish? Do you pump gas into a car? Do you drive? Are you exposed to all of these different things? Yes. You need to make sure that your body can eliminate all of these things. Okay? So, what we're getting at here is that the nutrient intake, as well as the benefits in blood work, the benefits in body composition, are going to be all supported by switching to a paleo lifestyle. There really isn't many downsides. Does it cost a little bit more? Yes. But you won't be going out to eat as much because you're going to get, I can't do it. It's too hard.
Be off with prescription drugs. You won't need cholesterol or medication or high blood pressure medication because everything will start to level off and you will start to feel better. And hopefully you'll be able to not be on those anymore.
So the next thing that we're going to talk about is all of these symptoms. All of these symptoms are caused by one thing that we haven't even talked about. So we have depression. Everyone knows what depression is. Stress, okay? Dyspeptic pain, that's pain in the stomach area. Colitis pain, pain in the intestines. False appendicitis pain, meaning a pain that isn't really appendicitis, but it's presenting itself as a hiatal hernia, okay? Rheumatoid arthritis pain, low back pain, neck pain, angina pain, which is like a heart attack type of feeling pain, anxiety, headaches, high blood body weight, excess hunger, asthma and allergies, chronic fatigue, irritability, constipation, and cognitive impairment.
And no, it is not a prescription drug.
Okay? All of these things are caused by a lack of one thing. Yes? It's something we haven't talked about at all. Water. This is symptoms of chronic dehydration. Not the type of chronic dehydration you would think of where you're going to die. It's being slightly dehydrated.
Is that hydration we're talking about? We need to go back.
Yeah, if you get that intracellular fluid, how you say you want your cells to look like breaking down like raisin, it's the cell's ability to withhold the water inside of it. That's the hydration we're talking about.
So, it's not only how much water you drink, it's how much water you retain.
And I think the how you retain water is how you fast, increasing your omega-3, all of the proper foods, all of those help your cells retain more water.
It all plays into each other.
If you eat
Okay?
a lot of, think about deep frying something and all that grease. If you eat that like that, saturated fat, your membranes take those fats and use them. And it uses fats to build itself. Then your membranes look like this, and they're rigid and they're stiff. We want our membranes to flow like this. That's what omega-3 is doing. So,
It all plays into each other. Okay? It's all related. You need to make sure that not only is your eating on point, but your water intake on